What is up, y'all? Welcome to today's video. I am currently in my car on the way to a fishing spot that I found in my last video, and it looks super juicy. But I figured I'd just whip out the camera and do the intro on the road because I'm stuck behind a gigantic train. I actually don't know how big it is, but man, this train runs through Keller, and if you catch it at the wrong time, you might as well just throw it in park and, I don't know, find something to do. But we're heading out to this pond. It appears to have a rocky bottom, pretty clear water. The only problem is it's been flooding here the past couple of days. We had a ton of rain. I don't know if the water's gonna be dirty or not. If the water's dirty, it's really gonna throw my plans off. I'm thinking I'm gonna throw a jerk bait. I have a little finesse jig, like super finesse jig. And I was also gonna throw the drop shot around. I didn't get a bite in my 20 minutes here last time, but now I've got time to pick it apart, break it down like I normally would, and I think we're gonna have some success. So stick with me. We're gonna get out on the water and hopefully catch some fish once the train is gone, but I'll see y'all out there. All right, y'all, well, I've made it out to the pond, and honestly, the water looks okay. It's not super muddy or anything. Decent visibility. I mean, there's a little bit of a stain to it, but I think we could maybe catch some fish today. There was a guy out here fishing when I pulled up. He left. Kind of looked like he didn't have any luck. I don't know though. So I'm about to throw a few things. I brought 3 rods with me, and we're probably gonna be throwing jerk bait, finesse jig, and a drop shot today. And I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the jerk bait for old time's sake. You know, I love the jerk bait, especially in these ponds. So let's go ahead and get it, start slinging out some casts, see what happens. All right, got that Googan Squad Junior Scout right here. Hopefully it can do some damage. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but I mean, the water's not terribly dirty. I think it's got pretty good visibility. They're definitely gonna be able to see my lures. The question is always just like, how well can they see it? Oh, that's pretty good visibility. Yeah, so send one out there by the fountain. I have not gotten a bite out here yet. This is only the second time fishing it, and the first time I fished it only had 20 minutes because I was doing a challenge. So we're out here now, and I mean, I looked on FishBrain. A pretty nice fish was caught out of here a couple years ago, like a 6-pounder. So we're hoping there's more like that. This pond has really good depth. It has a nice rocky bottom. I don't think it's too grassy out there, so hopefully we can like put together some success, y'all. All right, well, nothing on the jerk bait right off the bat, but I'm curious to kind of know what that bottom feels like out in the middle a bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Tightrope Fireworks jig with little Ned rig on it. Let me show y'all, it looks juicy. All right, y'all, look at that little fella. Look at that right there. That thing looks so good. Little green pumpkin, a little bit of blue on the jig head. Very natural, very good presentation. I'm just gonna start slinging it around, maybe get a bite on it. I've never actually even fished with this, but it just looks so dang good. I think it might get them. All right, I'm looking at it down there on a rock, and it looks good. They just might have a little trouble seeing it today. I don't know. Get it out in the middle, let it sink on down. Let's see what we're working with down there. Doesn't feel too grassy down there. I don't get to fish jigs much because the ponds I fish have such grassy bottoms that they just get hung up on everything. Okay, I got a little bit of grass on it, but not a whole lot. Crap. This wind is giving me a little bit of trouble. I want to get next to that fountain, but not up in the fountain. Okay, there we go. All right, so I was thinking, I'm like, look, it's a new pond, I need to cover ground, and I might be able to throw something I never get to throw, and that is the Berkley Fritz side. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to throw it very well. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't tried throwing it since I got the crankbait rod, but oh yeah. This bad boy, I love them. They catch fish. I'm gonna be able to retrieve it slower than a lipless crankbait, but it's still gonna get some good wobble, cover some ground, and hopefully get bit. We'll just see if it dives a little too deep for this pond or not. All right, this is somewhat a wind-blown corner. Kind of looks like all the wind is kind of pushing down to this side, so maybe there's some fish here that will actually bite a lure. I don't know. There could be fish everywhere and they just don't want to eat. I don't know what's going on. that a fish? That's a fish. Fish on, baby. He's tiny, but that is my first bite here. As the airplane flies over. Bad audio and largemouth bass. Let's go. Look at that, a straight danker. Plane. Huh. Crazy living here. Always planes flying over while I'm catching bass. Okay. And he's a little guy, but he kind of looks like that northern strain that we see at the other ponds, which would be awesome. They're a little feistier this time of year. Tiny mouth. Oh, he's biting me. Beautiful fish. Get in there. All right, there's a dinker. Oh, here's a dinker. But we can catch him on a crankbait. Let's go. See if we can get another one right here. You know, a lot of times in these ponds I've talked about before, you got to find like just where they're at, or at least the active bass. I don't know, but it seems like you find one that'll eat, you can find a few more in that area, man. And if the bite is tough, man, Berkley Fritz side. I think this is the Fritz side 5. Runs real shallow. But this thing gets it done. There's no rattles in it or anything, so we're relying on them to hunt it down by sight. Got some grass, threw it a little shallow that time, but it popped off. So there we go. You know, one bite that gets me hyped up, gives me confidence that some fish are gonna eat today. That's all I need to keep going. There's one. Thumped it. Good, clear bite. Knew I had one. He just one thumped it. Love that. Drag and drop. Morning dawn. This is like one of my newfound just best winter lures. When it's tough, they like it. That's second throw with the drop shot in the corner. Look at him. Look at that tummy. He's got that winter / early spring pre-spawn tummy. Love it. All right, it's two fish. It's two fish. Get back in there, buddy. All right, just released him back, and that's exciting. So let's get the drop shot back up on there. There we go. It's getting a little torn up on the nose, but that doesn't really affect the action too much. Let's get back out there, y'all. I really just had a feeling that maybe the bass in here are a little smaller. And a lot of times that drop shot, something about it, even though like a jig is the same kind of size profile on the bottom, they like a worm off the bottom a little bit, that action dancing. I don't know, they like it, and they really like the morning dawn color. That's another reason why fishing is so crazy, is think about how many times I passed that second fish's face with the Fritz side crankbait and he didn't want it. So each of these fish can be in a different mood out here. They're not all gonna eat the same thing on the same day. Okay, fishing that same corner pocket right here, but throwing with the wind at our back. I'm gonna try and keep my retrieve a little more parallel with the bank. Now that I know that a few fish are feeding, I think that they might be a little closer to the bank, chasing some type of bait or whatever's in here, I don't know. That's a fish. Oh, it's a doinker. It's a doinker, y'all. Whoa, look at the lateral line. He looks a little bit different from those others, but absolute doinker. Okay, that's your nose. I was almost thinking maybe it could be a spot when I was bringing it in, but it's not. It's just a little largy with some pretty coloring. And look at that, 2 on the crankbait. A little moving bite. Aggressive too, because I mean, think about the size of these fish hitting this crankbait. They're hungry. Definitely a fun little pond. I'm glad I came back. This bank kind of slopes off really nicely into the deeper part of the pond, and I'm thinking we'll be able to pick up a few fish along that just where the bank is sloping off on that decline. We'll probably catch some on that decline. If I can just figure out where it is and fish kind of parallel to it. Ought to catch some fish. A good sharp turning corner like this is always a great place to try for fish, no matter what type of body water you're fishing. Oh, there's actually some sticks and stuff down there too. Might be really good for the drop shot. Only thing is there's not any wind down here. This water is just still and slick. I have no idea what kind of depth we're dealing with right here. It looks like it potentially could be shallower than the rest of the pond, just because the banks are so close together. There's not enough room for it to get deep. It still would be a great place for fish to push bait into and trap them and feed on them right here. So there could be fish hanging out regardless of how deep it is. All right, let's go explore the other pond, y'all. I think I'm just gonna go through this tunnel so I don't have to go up and over this road. Sounds like a pretty busy street, so let's see if we can just make it through the tunnel. I think this is gonna work. As long as there's no raccoons. Oh yeah, we have made it, but this is some chocolatey dang water. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is gonna work, y'all. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna bother with this. At least I know I can go through that tunnel now and get over here. We should probably go back to the other pond and fish that windblown corner where we were having some luck. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Back into the darkness. All right. Back into civilized life. The ground is so weird over here because, like, it's funny, this pond, it runs down, it doesn't even run into that pond. They have like a levee and a creek runs alongside of it, but look at this. There's just these big old puddles from the rain. That's like a pond in itself. All right, well now we're just gonna fish this pond until the batteries are gone. Gonna really hit it home with the Fritz side. I guess the question now is, can we get 5 fish today? We've got 3. They're not keepers, they're not like legal keepers or anything, but can we get a 5 fish day at a pond we've never really fished before? I mean, I fished a little bit, but I didn't get to try fully. So can we hit 5 before we go home? I don't know, let's see. Or maybe we can just catch a big one. That might be better. What's going on?
First. Don't worry, my
Oh man. All right, I'm back in the corner where I had some luck, so let's get back to throwing the crankbait. Hopefully we can get some more luck. Bound to happen, bound to get hung out here. Somehow I came out of there. My hooks aren't even bent out. Huh. Well, there goes my Fritz side. All right, well, I'm gonna sit here on this park bench and see if I can catch one on the drop shot before it's time for me to leave. Definitely found the structure out there a couple times. So, throw the drop shot by it. If I break the drop shot off, I'm probably just gonna call it a day. I knew the time would come. Looks like I got a day of just rigging tackle ahead of me before I go fishing again. All right, well that is gonna do it for today. Honestly, I still like the pond. I knew today wouldn't be the best conditions ever. Like the clarity's not what it normally is. Cold fronts, dropping temps. There's like, it's not a good mix of stuff right now, but I caught 3. They were dinkers, but you know, I heard some intel that I could maybe catch some better ones here. I don't know, but after losing my lures, I think it's time to go home, see if I can beat that 5 o'clock traffic back, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed me trying new spots, leave a comment, leave a like, and let me know. Most importantly, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That way you'll miss out on any future videos. And if you want to know the location to this spot and all the spots I post on YouTube, make sure you check out the Pond Hopper's Guide to DFW. If you become a member of that, you'll gain access to every location that I fish, and you will also get to attend a member fishing meetup every other month with me and the other members. A lot of fun, so check it out, consider it. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm pumped for spring, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.